Good evening and welcome here to LaVille High School and Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. We're coming to you live from the home of the Lady Lancers. Tonight on RTC4.com we have coverage of the Argos Lady Dragons. They're going to be taking on the LaVille Lady Lancers in a non-conference matchup. The Lady Dragons come in at 10-8 on the season. Coached by Gary Teal. He's 90-45 in 6 years here at Argos. 245 and actually 248 and 155 in 18 years overall. Lady Dragons' last game was here at LaVille last Thursday night. They lost in the semifinals of the TCU Bi-County to John Glenn 47-26. The Lady Dragons have won 3 out of 5 here in the 2018 calendar year. LaVille is coached by Corey Duncan. They are 14-6 on the season. Coach Duncan is 32-34. She's in her 3rd season with LaVille Lady Lancers. They also played their last game here as part of the Bi-County, and they also lost to John Glenn, but they lost on Saturday in the championship game by a score of 43-33. Lady Lancers have also won 3 of their 5 games here in 2018. Versus common opponents, the Lady Dragons are 6-6 and the Lady Lancers are 7-4. Series tied at 9 over the last 15 years. Lady Dragons won the last meeting at Argos on the 26th of January last year by a score of 55-34. Winding down the season here for the Lady Dragons. They've got the game here this evening with LaVille. And then on Saturday night, we're going to be back at Phil Waybright Gymnasium for the last time in 2017-18. And for 3 of the Lady Dragons players for the last time in their careers. Going to be celebrating the seniors on Saturday, Abby Manikowski, Rachel Kuntz, and Macy Stricker. So big night, festivities planned for the Lady Dragons on Saturday night, but they've got a tough test here tonight with the LaVille Lady Lancers. They want to get a good bit of momentum coming into sectionals, which are going to be taking place next week. Lady Dragons got a fair draw. They're going to be at Oregon Davis on Tuesday, playing game number 1 at 6:30, taking on the South Central Lady Satellites. There'll be a winnable game for the Lady Dragons, but it's going to be another tough one as well. And you can bet the Lady Satellites will be gunning for the Lady Dragons, having been knocked out of the last 2 seasons in sectional play by the Lady Dragons. The winner of the South Central Argos game will advance to the semifinal round and take on the Culver Community Lady Cavaliers on Friday. And then on the bottom half of the bracket, in what should be a very good game between Oregon Davis, the host Lady Bobcats, are going to be taking on the Lacrosse Lady Tigers. Lacrosse is doing very well. They got their all-time leading scorer, Justine Charlesworth, back right at Christmas time. And what a better Christmas present they could get for the Lady Tigers. They've been playing very well with her back on the floor. She had a pretty bad knee injury over the summer that got her out up until Christmas. For the winner of that game then will take on Triton, who had the first round bye. And then on Friday and then Saturday, the 2 winners of the Friday contest will meet for the championship. LaVille is going to be going to Central Noble. They drew Westview, who's 8-12 on the first game Tuesday. They'll play at 6. Winner of LaVille Westview will take on Bremen at 6 p.m. on Friday. If LaVille wins, that'll be their 3rd meeting with the Lady Lions this season. Prairie Heights at 5-17 and Whitco at 2-18 are in the bottom half game. Winner of that will take on the host Central Noble at 15-5 on Friday in the second game, and then winners will advance to the 7 p.m. Saturday championship game. So we got a couple minutes here before we get going from LaVille High School. So we're going to take a break, come back with our starting lineups and the tip here from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium on RTC4.com.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
All righty, welcome back. We're going to get our starting lineups. First for your Argos Lady Dragons, a senior, number 12, Abby Manikowski. Another senior, 5'9", number 24, Macy Stricker. Another senior, number 44, 5'10" Rachel Kuntz. 5'8" sophomore, number 34, Morgan Dunlap. And a 5'9" sophomore, number 42, Macy Morris. Lady Dragons coached by Gary Teal in his 6th season here at Argos. The home LaVille Lady Lancers come into tonight's game with a good season on the books, 14-6. And we're going to get their starting lineups here. They're getting some pump-up music going. Got to get everybody going.
Starting lineup for your LaVille Lancers.
All righty.
Starting at one guard, 5'4", a senior, number 10, Haley Berger.
5'4", senior, number 10, Haley Berger.
Starting at a second guard, 5'7" and a senior, number 20, Lindsay Aschenbrenner.
5'7", senior, number 20, Lindsay Aschenbrenner.
Starting at a third guard, 5'4" and a senior, number 24, Aaron Esch.
5'4", senior, number 24, Aaron Esch.
Starting at one forward, 5'9" and a junior, number 12.
5'9", junior, number 12, Shelfie Zeiger.
And starting at the other forward, 5'9" and a senior, number 23.
5'9", senior,
Sadak.
number 23, Nina Sadak.
Coached by Corey Duncan. Assisted by
Lady Lancers, coached by Corey Duncan in her 3rd season here. So the Lady Dragons are in their black traveling uniforms, gold letters, black trim. Got gold trim down the sides, Lady Dragons on the shorts. The Lady Lancers in their white home. Got LV on the side of the pants, blue Lancers, and the blue numerals. The Lady Dragons going to be going from right to left. It's going to be Kuntz going up against Zeiger here for the tip. And it's going to be controlled by Esch for the Lady Lancers. And a quick pass inside and a block by Stricker, but the Lady Lancers recover. So Stricker gets a quick block here. She leads the team in blocks this year, over a block and almost a block and a half per game average. So they reset. Aschenbrenner has it out top with Morris on her. Drives it in, gets it to the corner. Berger back up top. Zeiger with Stricker on her. 3-pointer up on the way and good for Aaron Esch.
Aaron Esch.
gives the Lady Lancers an early lead here, 3-0. Little three-quarter trap here by LaVille. Morgan Dunlap out top. And she loses it, but Kuntz is able to recover. It's going to be out of bounds off LaVille. It went off of Aschenbrenner's leg. Lady Dragons look a little out of sort there on that trap. They need to get going. Kuntz gets the inbounds, gets it back up top. Stricker has it, top of the key. Stricker picks up her dribble, gets it over. Dunlap left wing. Dunlap dribbles back up top. Has Zeiger on her. Stricker almost loses it. Good defensive effort there by Esch. Dunlap passes it in. Nice dish in. Morris misses. Almost goes over the back, and the rebound to Sadek. And LaVille's going to bring it up the floor. Nice pass there from Dunlap. Morris just couldn't convert the easy layup right there. Esch with Dunlap on her. Draws the double team. Kicks it back up top. Berger gets it to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner with Morris on her, and she's going to get a turnover. First of the game here for LaVille. Macy Morris brings it across. Gets it to the wing. Stricker's going to take a three in the baseline. She's off the mark, and it's going to go off of the upper stanchion out of bounds. Be Lady Lancers ball. Aschenbrenner brings it across for the Lady Lancers. She's got Esch running with her. Aschenbrenner with Morris on her. Esch has Dunlap on her. Gets it over a corner three, and it's off the mark. And the rebound is going to go off of Kuntz. The three by Zeiger was a little bit long. And Kuntz kind of mistimed her jump just a little bit. Sadek, Lady Dragons on the wrong side of her. They're not paying attention, and Dunlap able to recover and get the block on Sadek. Stricker brings it across, swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz with Sadek. Gets it over, Morris on the right side. She's got Zeiger on her. And there's a foul from behind on Sadek, and that's going to put Rachel Kuntz at the line, shooting two for the Lady Dragons. Be the first foul on Nina and the first foul on the Lady Lancers. Rachel Kuntz at the line, shooting two. And she's good on the first, so the Lady Dragons on the board. Kuntz with a second shot coming up. And she is 2 for 2, so it's a 3-2 game. Lady Dragons within one, 5:16 left here in the first quarter. Aschenbrenner brings it across, gets it to Esch. Esch with Manikowski, 2-3 zone here for the Lady Dragons. Pass to the corner, Esch drives in baseline, gets around two, kicks it long. Shot goes long, rebound to Kuntz. Dunlap has it. Morris races ahead, but Dunlap can't get it to her. Oh, there's a big cut from Stricker. Gets it back out. Manikowski swings it. Kuntz passes up 18, drives to the baseline, and good. Rachel Kuntz has 4, and the Lady Dragons are up by 1, 4-3 with 4:30 left here in the first quarter. Rachel Kuntz coming out with a good start here to the game. Pass up top. Zeiger has it, gets it over to the corner to Berger. Berger looks, Berger's looking, she gets it into Sadek. Back up to Berger, back up to Aschenbrenner. 2-3 zone still, and there's a steal by Stricker, and she's going to take it, and then she pulls it back out. There was 2 Lancers in front of her. Dunlap's looking to drive, kicks it out. Morris for 3. On the way and good. Macy Morris hits her first shot of the game and gives the Lady Dragons a 7-3 lead. Esch brings it across for the Lady Lancers. Gets it over to Aschenbrenner. Inside Zeiger. There's a three-pointer on the way and long by Berger. And the rebound comes out for Kuntz. So the Lady Dragons doing a good job cleaning up the boards, not giving second chance opportunities. Stricker swings it to Manikowski. Back over to Kuntz. Kuntz up top with Sadek on her. Stricker with Aschenbrenner guarding her in the LV at the middle of the floor. Passes it over to Morris. Up top, Dunlap has it. Dunlap working on Esch. Oh, she gets it to go. No call. A lot of contact right there. She almost got that basket. We got some subs, 15 and 31. Julia Hall and Kelsey Aschenbrenner come in for Lady Lancers. Number 20, Cagney Hoffman, checks in for the Lady Dragons. Stricker inbounds, baseline left, gets it into Morris. Morris gets it into the paint, takes an 8-footer. She should have, nice rebound there by Dunlap, and Lady Dragons have opened up a 9-3 lead. Good job, Aschenbrenner kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, and Erin Esch has her second of the night. Nice drive to the basket by Aschenbrenner, kicks it out, Esch with the three. Brings the Lady Lancers back to within 3, 9-6, 2:39 left here in the first quarter. Stricker has it right wing, gets a screen. And they're going to call Dunlap with the hip on that. It's going to be her first foul, team's first.
Foul on 34, Morgan Dunlap, team first.
Got a little hippie on that screen, and she gets called for the foul. Esch brings it across. Dunlap picks her up. We're going to have to keep an eye on her. She's 2 of 2 from the three-point line. Aschenbrenner drives it in, and there's a steal. And Hoffman pushes it up hard. Dunlap gets it back to Morris. Morris's shot is blocked, and Hoffman is there for the rebound. So the Lady Dragons able to turn a turnover into points here and back up by 5. Ash almost stolen there in the entry pass. Hall, and there's a nice off-balance shot by Zeiger. Good body control there. She was turned sideways, able to get that one to go. Hoffman gets it over to Stricker. Kuntz, left wing. Morris back up to Kuntz, left wing. Drives it into the paint, and she's just off on the 10-footer. Good block out there by the Lady Lancers. Aschenbrenner brings it across. Morris. Aschenbrenner gets across Morris, and there's a kick by Stricker. It'll be the Lady Lancers ball baseline. Right. Berger comes back in for Hall for the Lady Lancers. Quick inbounds there to Aschenbrenner, and a three-pointer is long, and a good block out there by Dunlap. Dunlap has Stricker. She sees her, and Stricker puts it in for 2. Nice look ahead right there by Dunlap, and we got a timeout on the floor. Lady Dragons with a 5-point lead, minute 12 left here in the first. We're going to take a break. You're watching Argos Lady Dragons basketball on RTC4.com.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner and Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
All right, Lady Lancers with the ball baseline left. Minute 12 left here in the first. Lady Dragons off to a good start here, leading by 5, 13-8. Esch brings it across. She's got she's got 6 of the 8. I guess Zeiger has 2. Esch 2 for 2 from three-point range here for the Lady Lancers. Aschenbrenner with Hoffman working on her. Gets it up top to Zeiger. Zeiger tries to get around Dunlap. And Dunlap, she's going to get called for the foul. That's going to be her second here in the first quarter. So Dunlap is going to have some foul trouble here early with 50.8 left in the first quarter.
Number 12, Shelby Zeiger shooting 2.
So Zeiger gets a trip to the line here, shooting 2. And she's good on the first. So Manikowski's going to give Dunlap a break here with the 2 fouls.
Number 12, Abby Manikowski.
So second shot here on its way for Zeiger, and she's 2 for 2. And the Lady Lancers back to within 3, 13-10. Hoffman was open down low. Stricker gets it up top, passes it over right wing, Manikowski. Manikowski with Aschenbrenner on her. Get a pass into Morris, back up top to Stricker. Gonna hold for the last shot. 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. A lot of contact, no call. It was tipped over. Lady Dragons have it under control, 12 seconds. Last 10 seconds of the quarter, Stricker has it. They're putting some pressure on Stricker. They don't want to get Manikowski heave-hos a 3. Almost goes in, but she was just a little early. And after one, the Lady Dragons with a 13-10 lead over the Lady Lancers. We're going to take a break, come back here with second quarter action on RTC4.com here in 30 seconds. All right, welcome back here from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium at LaVille High School. 1 quarter of play under our belts. The Lady Dragons leading the Lady Lancers 13-10. Steve Stricker here flying solo tonight. Got Blake Thomas up there running camera for us. And it's going to be Lady Dragons ball coming out of the timeout here with a 3-point lead. Good balanced scoring there over the first half. Hoffman, Stricker, Dunlap all with 2, Kuntz with 4, and Morris with 3. Dunlap starts the second quarter on the bench with 2 fouls. So we get a quick turnover here for the Lady Dragons. Esch fakes a 3, passes it back up top, and the 3 rims in for Berger. And we're tied at 13 with 7:40 left here in the first half. Berger got the kind roll there on the home rim. And good defense there by Esch, and it's going to be a tie-up. Stricker loses it, and it'll be Lady Lancers ball. Second turnover here of the quarter. After a clean first quarter, no turnovers for the Lady Dragons. Berger's going to bring it across, gets it over to Esch. Esch with Hoffman on her. A little man-to-man defense here for the Lady Dragons. Get it over to Sadek. Up to Esch. Hoffman working on her. Nice backdoor pass and an easy bucket there for Aschenbrenner. So the Lady Lancers come out, score the first 5 points of the second quarter, take a 2-point advantage, 15-13. Kuntz gets it over. Morris has it, loses control, and Sadek comes out with the steal. Sadek blocked by Kuntz. Good recovery on the play. Kuntz with the clean block. Coach Teal's going to put Dunlap back in now with the 2 fouls. Lady Dragons struggling handling the ball. So she's going to give Macy Morris a break. And it's going to be Lady Lancers ball. We've had a couple inbound plays under their bucket that have been pretty easy plays for the Lady Lancers. And Berger gets it over to Aschenbrenner. Lady Dragons back in 2-3. Aschenbrenner up top. And bad rotation there, but Lady Dragons able to get the steal. Nice job there by Manikowski, of course, on the floor. A lot of contact there, but they're going to get Dunlap with the travel. So 4 turnovers here in the quarter for the Lady Dragons, and they're trailing 13-15 with 6:15 left in the first half. So Manikowski looks like they're running a little, there's a nice rebound, and Stricker comes out with it. brings it out, holds it up top. Nice jumper there. Rachel Kuntz puts in her 6th of the first half, and we're tied at 15 with 5:45 left. Esch has it, pulls it back out. She fakes a 3. Good defense by Hoffman. Gets it over to the corner. Aschenbrenner with Dunlap on her. Aschenbrenner drives. Pass is lost, and it's going to be a turnover, and Dunlap comes away with it. Dunlap pushes hard. Manikowski's going to take a 3 from the baseline, and it's good. Abby Manikowski with a big 3-pointer. Puts the Lady Dragons back up by 3 with 4:57 left here in the first half. Esch gets it over to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner dribbles into the paint. Dunlap's on her. Esch gets around Hoffman. Nice pass to Nina, and she's going to get fouled by Kuntz. That'll be Rachel's first, only the 3rd foul of the game by the Lady Dragons. And that's going to put Nina Sadek, the senior, at the line shooting 2. And the first one is off the mark for Sadek. And the second one is good, so Sadek. And then we have a sub. Kelsey Aschenbrenner checks in, and it's a 18-16 Lady Dragon lead. 4:41 left here in the first half. Stricker gets it over to Dunlap. Nice defensive effort there by Berger, and they call Dunlap with the travel. So another turnover, 5th of the quarter for the Lady Dragons. Esch brings it across. Hoffman's working on her. Gets it up. Zeiger's going on Stricker. Back up top. Berger gets it over to Esch. Kicks it out. Aschenbrenner drives to the paint. Kicks it to her sister. And the 3-pointer is off the mark. But the rebound gets pulled down by Lindsay. And another 3-pointer, Erin Esch. She's got 9. She's 3 of 3 from behind the arc for the Lady Lancers. Got 2-on-1. Hoffman, nice pass from Dunlap. And the Lady Dragons back up by 1. 20-19, 3:30 left to go here in the first half. Esch gets it over to Berger, down to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner driving on Kuntz. Kicks it back out. Up top to Berger, over to Esch. Inside to Zeiger, back up top. Esch open again from 3, and she's off the mark. Missed the first time. Rebound, Morgan Dunlap gets it over to Stricker. Stricker brings it across. She's working on Aschenbrenner, kicks it out. Manikowski's going to take a baseline 3 from the left and can't put that one in. Travel. Wow, that was a clear travel. She picked up or fell off of her feet, but no call. Aschenbrenner. Zeiger fakes on the 3, goes around Kuntz and puts it in for 2. Zeiger's got 6 now, and the Lady Lancers back up by 1. Good back and forth ball game here. 2:30 left to go here in the first half. 21-20 Lady Lancers. Manikowski has it up top. Gets it over to Hoffman, over to Stricker. Stricker's got the baseline, and she finds Morgan Dunlap inside. Dunlap's able to corral it. Stricker gets the rebound, puts it back up, and in for 2. Good rebound there by Stricker. She's got 4 points, and the Lady Dragons take the lead back, 22-21. Esch brings it across, working on Hoffman. Back up to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner drives on Dunlap, and she gets the charge. Dunlap, brave move with 2 fouls, and she takes the charge, and that's going to be the first on Lindsay Aschenbrenner. That's a gutsy move there by Morgan Dunlap with 2 fouls. Stricker inbounds it. Dunlap has it, brings it across the timeline. And the pass is off the mark, just a little too rushed. There was 2 Lady Dragons to 3 Lady Lancers. That would have been a smart one to just pull back out and reset the offense. So the turnovers are piling up here in the second quarter for the Lady Dragons. That's their 6th. They do have a 1-point lead with 1:45 left to go in the half. Esch brings it across. Hoffman's working on her. Kicks it up to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner has Dunlap on her. She looked to take it to the lane there with 2 fouls. Lindsay Aschenbrenner kicks it out, and the 3-pointer is off the mark. Rebound to Stricker. Stricker has it. They're going to reset. Smart move by the senior. Dunlap, nice backdoor cut, and she's going to lose it. It's going to go off of her leg out of bounds. That was a nice cut, nice pass, just unable to corral it was Dunlap. Macy Morris is going to check back in for the Lady Dragons. That's a smart move by Coach Teal. He's going to get Dunlap off the floor with the 2 fouls and a minute left here, and minute 11 left here in the first half. Zeiger's going to bring it across for the Lady Lancers. Hall checked back in as well in that timeout. Zeiger working on Stricker. Gets it back out top. The 3-pointer, and oh my goodness, Erin Esch with her 4th 3 of the first half. She is on fire. Coach Teal is going to have to find some way to stop her at the half. She has half of the Lady Lancers' 24 points. Two hands on the back of Manikowski, no call. Morris passes it, Stricker, 10-footer, off the mark. Rebound goes to Zeiger. 25 seconds left. Lady Lancers with the ball and a 2-point lead. Aschenbrenner with Morris on her. Aschenbrenner almost loses it. Hoffman or Manikowski on her. And it's going to be out of bounds. And they're going to call it. That's going to be the end of the first half. Lady Dragons trail by 2, 22-24. We're going to take a break. We're going to total up our first half stats and come back with our halftime show here from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. Good first half of action, back and forth between the Lady Lancers and the Lady Dragons. Lady Lancers up by 2 at the half.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
All right, welcome back. We are at the half here. The Lady Lancers lead the Lady Dragons 24-22. It was all Erin Esch in the first half for LaVille. She had 4 3-pointers, 12 points on 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. The senior coming out firing here against the Lady Dragons. So your first half scoring, the Lady Dragons led by Rachel Kuntz with 6. Macy Stricker, Kegney Hoffman both had 4. Abby Manikowski with 3. Macy Morris with 3, and Morgan Dunlap with 2. For the Lady Lancers, 24 first half points. Of course, led by Esch with 12. Shelfie Zeiger threw in 6. Haley Berger with 3. Lindsay Aschenbrenner with 2. And Nina Sadek with 1. The Lady Lancers outscored the Lady Dragons 14-9 after the Lady Dragons took a 13-10 first quarter lead. The Lady Dragons, no turnovers in the first quarter and 7 second quarter turnovers. Morgan Dunlap sat a pretty good chunk of the first part of the second quarter with 2 fouls. She's the only one with 2 fouls. Rachel Kuntz has 1, and only 2 Lady Lancers even with a foul in the first half. Lady Lancers had 6 turnovers, 3 first quarter turnovers, 3 second quarter turnovers, but they were led by, of course, Erin Esch with her hot shooting here in the first. So let's see if we can get going here in the second. Stricker's been tightly guarded throughout the night. Has only been able to get off 1 3-pointer that she missed. She does have 4 points going into the half. So good back and forth game. There was several lead changes there in the second quarter. Lady Lancers battled over, got the first 5 points and to take the lead, 15-13. And it was back and forth before finally taking a 2-point deficit at the half. Second half starts. Lady Dragons with the ball. They're going to be moving from left to right. Morgan Dunlap's going to inbound it here. And she gets it into Kuntz. Kuntz gets it back over to Dunlap, and we're underway here for the second half. Dunlap drives the lane, kicks it over to Macy Morris. Manikowski's going to take the 3. She's off the mark. Kuntz with the offensive board and puts it in for 2. Rachel Kuntz is coming to play here tonight. She's got 8, and we're tied at 24. Nobody's on Esch, and she's going to take a wide open 3 and hit it. How do you leave Erin Esch wide open with 4 3-pointers? We got a quick timeout here by Coach Teal. I think he's questioning that himself. So quick lead change back to the LaVille Lady Lancers, 27-24. And that's inexcusable there. I don't know how you leave her wide open when she's hit 4 of 5 from 3-point range. So we got a 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. Coach Teal wanted to talk things over with his Lady Dragons.
The JV boys will play in auxiliary gym. They will play Culver beginning at 6 o'clock.
Esch with 5 3-pointers now on 6 attempts. She's got 15 of the 27 for the Lady Lancers. I think it's fair to say who you need to guard here for the Lady Dragons on their defensive end. And on the other end, Esch is playing wonderful defense on Macy Stricker. Got a foul on Haley Berger. That'll be her first, team's first.
Number 10, Haley Berger, team first in the second half.
Stricker inbounds it, gets it into Morris. Manikowski, left wing, looks to get into the paint, kicks it over. Kuntz in the top of the key. Kuntz, nice drive to the bucket, can't convert, and gets the rebound to Esch. Esch brings it across, pick her up, and she almost takes another 3. Zeiger has it, Stricker's on her. Nice kick into Aschenbrenner, back up to Esch. She's going to take a long 3, and she's short. Rebound goes to Zeiger. No block out for the Lady Dragons. Esch has it. Dunlap's on her. Back up top to Berger. Zeiger with Stricker on her. Gives it back. Zeiger kicks it back up. Esch wide open for 3. Short. Rebound goes back to Zeiger. And the foul is going to be on Kuntz. And the bucket's going to count for Zeiger, so an and-one opportunity. The second foul on Kuntz. Hoffman's going to check in for Manikowski. All of a sudden, the Lady Lancers with a 5-point lead And Shelfie Zeiger at the line looking to add to that with the and one, and she is good. 6-point Lady Lancer lead now. 6-2 here to start the third quarter. Lady Lancers outscoring the Lady Dragons. Kuntz has it, gets to the corner to Hoffman. Hoffman gets it over to Morris. Stricker's going to take a three, and it's in and out. Rebound is come up with for Morris. Morris is short on the little jumper, and there's a over the back on Kuntz. That'll be her third. So all of a sudden, Kuntz with 2 quick fouls, and she's in some serious trouble with 3. Well, that's only her second. They must have gave that other one to somebody else. Well, that helps out a little bit then. Ash with Hoffman on her. Berger kicks it out. Aschenbrenner looks at a 3. Morris playing the D on her. There's a kick. Stricker. Good defensive effort that time. So it's going to be Lancer's ball underneath, baseline left. Ash will take it out. Got to watch the pass back to the girl going in. Zeiger gets the nice pass and converts. Lady Dragons falling asleep here to start the second half. And they trail by 8 now against LaVille. Hoffman has it up top. Berger's on her, and she turns it over. Lady Dragons all out of sorts here coming out of the halftime break. Trailing 32-24, 5:05 left to go. Lady Lancers with the ball on the travel call by the Lady Dragons.
Timeout, Argos.
Coach Teal wants a timeout to talk it over with his girls. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. Lady Dragons trail 32-24. Well, the Lady Lancers have come out firing on all cylinders, scoring 8 points here in the early part of the third quarter, and only 2 points for the Lady Dragons. And Coach Teal calls a timeout. A 2-point halftime lead has ballooned to an 8-point Lady Lancer advantage. Lady Dragons need to find a stop here. Of course, Erin Esch with hot shooting. She's got 5 3-pointers here in the game. And I'm not sure, Abby Manikowski is going back to the locker room. Not sure what happened to her. So Shelfie Zeiger has Stricker working on her. She gets into the paint, kicks it back out to Berger. Berger gets it over to Sadek. Berger gets it in with Esch, takes a 15-footer. It's long, and the rebound goes out to Stricker. She's going to push it up. And she gets it over. Hoffman, right wing, gets it into Morris. Morris is going to take a 3. She's off the mark, and the rebound fought for by Dunlap, and it comes out, goes to Zeiger of LaVille. Esch pushes it across. Nice cut there by Aschenbrenner. Gets in front of Morris and puts it in for 2. Lindsay Aschenbrenner gives the Lady Lancers a 10-point advantage now with 4:14 left in the third. Hoffman gets it over to Morris. Morris drives the lane, gets it to Stricker. Somebody's going to have to take a shot here for the Lady Dragons. Drive in, and there's Morris for 2. She has 5, and the lead's down to 8, 34-26. Zeiger brings it across. Stricker's on her. Dunlap playing D. There's Ash wide open again for 3, and she's short that time, and the rebound goes to Zeiger. So even when she does miss, the Lady Lancers come up with the offensive rebound. And there's a good rebound by Kuntz. Brings it across, gets it to Stricker, brings it across the timeline. Stricker pushes ahead to Morris. Morris kicks it back. Stricker's going to take a long three, and she's good for three. That brings the Lady Dragons back to within 5. We got 3 minutes left to go here in the third. A defensive stop, and the Lady Dragons are back in action. Gets it up. Berger has it. Right wing. Gets it over to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner looking into Zeiger. Double teamed by Dunlap. And they're going to call the foul on Stricker. That'll be her first. Team's third here of the second half. Got a couple subs. Hill and Kelsey Aschenbrenner. Hall, sorry. And Aschenbrenner check in for the Lady Lancers. Gets it in, Zeiger working on Kuntz. Comes up short, Kuntz gets the rebound. She's going to get fouled from behind by Hall, and that's going to be her first. No, they're going to call it on Zeiger, her first. Kaylee Carlton checks into the lineup for the Lady Dragons. She's going to give Kuntz a break. Little token pressure here by the Lady Lancers. They're going to look to trap at half court. Hoffman brings it across. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Stay Lady Dragons ball, far sideline. Lady Dragons working back. They're down by 5. They were down by 10 just a few moments ago. 34-29, 2:35 left here in the third. Morris has it, right wing. Gets it up top. Kicks it over to Hoffman. Hoffman with Aschenbrenner on her. Loses the ball, gets it back. Morris for 3 from the wing, and it's good. Macy Morris puts it in for 3. So just like that, the 34-24 lead is down to 2, 34-32. With 2:08 left here in the third. Lady Dragons showing some mettle, fighting back here against the Lady Lancers. Good defense by Stricker. Oh, she falls asleep. Shelfie Zeiger. And she's going to drive, get the bucket, and the foul. They're going to get Morris on that one, I think. No, they got Stricker. Well, she played really good defense, and then she relaxed. I don't know what she did there, and Zeiger puts the bucket in, and she's got a chance with the end one. She's already hit one here in the second half, and she's good on that one as well. Zeiger's stacking up the points. She's got 6, 8, 14 for the Lady Lancers here in the game. Stricker gets a little excited, passes the ball over top of Macy Morris, and all of a sudden the 2-point lead is up to 5, and we have a Lady Dragon turnover, and the Lancers are back at it. Minute 48 left here in the third. Foul is going to be called on Macy Morris, her first.
On Argos 42, Macy Morris.
Team's 5th. So Esch is going to take it out, baseline left for the Lady Lancers. Gets it in the Hall. Hall back up to Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner drives the lane. And I don't know, nobody played defense on her. And an easy layup for Aschenbrenner, and just like that, they're back up by 7. Dunlap, Zeiger on her, gets it up to Hoffman. Stricker open for 3. Off the mark, she rushed it, but she had to because Aschenbrenner was closing out on her. Aschenbrenner brings it across for the Lady Lancers. And her sister is going to take the 3. And the rebound fought for and taken away by Stricker. Stricker one-on-one. Gets it over. Morris has a 3, and it's off the mark, over the back on Zeiger. That'll be her second, and the team's 4th. So it'll be out of bounds, baseline right for the Lady Dragons.
We'll go foul number 12, Shelfie Zeiger, team 3rd.
Haley Cox is going to check into the game for Hall for the Lady Lancers. Stricker's going to inbounds, baseline right. And the inbounds pass is tipped, but the Lady Dragons are able to control it. Rocket pass from Hoffman from 3 feet away almost takes Macy Morris's head off. Carlton loses it, and it's going to go back across. Esch brings it across, and there's a steal by Dunlap. Good read there by Dunlap to get the first turnover here of the second half for the Lady Lancers. Lady Dragons down 7 with 20 seconds left here in the third. Dunlap looking to drive on Esch. She gets in the lane, and she's going to get the foul call. She's going to get to the line shooting 2. They're going to get Esch on the foul. That'll be her first. Team's 5th. Team's 4th. Morgan Dunlap at the line shooting 2 here for the Lady Dragons. And she puts the first one in. Dunlap has 3, and the Lady Dragons are within 6. She can convert this, bring it to within 5, and if they can get a stop here, that would be pretty good considering they were down by 10. Short on the second, and the rebound goes to Sadek. Aschenbrenner brings it across 5 seconds. And the 3 is no good by Zeiger, and that's going to do it. After 3 quarters of play, Lady Dragons trail 33-39 to LaVille. The Lady Dragons were able to battle back. They had a 10-point 34-24, and they battled back, got it within 2, and the Lady Lancers answered on a 3-point play by Shelfie Zeiger. So Zeiger and Esch are really putting it together here against the Lady Dragons. So we're going to take a 30-second break. We'll come back here with fourth quarter action from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium here at LaVille High School. You're watching RTC4.com's coverage of Argos Lady Dragons basketball.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
All right, we got 8 minutes of regulation time left here at Dale E. Cox Gymnasium. Lady Dragons trailing 39-33 to the Lady Lancers. Another 14-point quarter for the Lady Lancers, outscoring the Lady Dragons 14-11 to take a 6-point lead going into the fourth quarter. LaVille's going to start the quarter with the ball. Aschenbrenner tries to get it in. She does to Esch. Esch has Hoffman working on her. Zeiger with Stricker on her. Pass in. And the rebound, and Hoffman can't corral it, and it goes to Aschenbrenner. Drive by Aschenbrenner, gets it to her sister, gets it over to Sadek, and there's a drive and a bucket by Zeiger. So the Lady Dragons going man-to-man tonight, and it's not working out so good for them. I think maybe they need to change it up just a little bit here. Abby Manikowski's come back from the locker room. Not sure quite what happened there. So a 8-point lead here for the Lady Lancers with 7 minutes left in the game. And the Morris shot is off. Sadek gets the rebound, and Aschenbrenner brings it across. Aschenbrenner up top with Morris on her. Kicks it over to Sadek. Sadek goes around Kuntz. Aschenbrenner drives on Dunlap. Gets it over to her sister. Over to Esch. Esch with Hoffman on her. Tries to go around. Can't. Good defense there by Hoffman. Gets it up top. Aschenbrenner has it. Morris gets it over. Aschenbrenner driving on Dunlap. Gets it over to Sadek. Sadek misses the shot. And the rebound tipped from Morgan Dunlap. And there's a travel by Dunlap. So the turnovers are mounting here for the Lady Dragons. .6:18 left to go here. It's going to be Lady Lancers ball, baseline left. They get it in. Esch drives. And good defense there by Kuntz, but the rebound goes off. There's a push off, no call. The Lady Dragons just are not matching the intensity of the Lady Lancers right now. Drive to the bucket and good by Aschenbrenner. Lindsay Aschenbrenner has 6 here in the second half, 8 for the game. And it's back to a 10-point lead for the Lady Lancers. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Aschenbrenner. Stay Lady Dragons ball. So here comes Manikowski back into the game. She's going to give Morris a break. Stricker's going to trigger baseline right for the Lady Dragons. Trying to get it back. Manikowski's going to take a 3, and she's off the mark. And a good effort by Kuntz, but it's out of bounds. Lady Dragons out of sorts here in the third quarter. And started in the fourth quarter. They need to find some energy here. Down 10 with 5:30 left to go. Lady Lancers have matched the largest lead of the game. Aschenbrenner brings it across. They get it to Esch. Esch's shot is tipped maybe by Stricker, and the rebound goes to Kuntz. There's a foul on Zeiger or Sadek. 23. They're going to get Sadek on her second foul, the 5th team foul here by the Lady Lancers. Got some full court pressure here by LaVille. And they get it into Dunlap. Dunlap ahead to Kuntz, and it's going to be poked out of bounds. They're going to call the foul on Lindsay Aschenbrenner. Be her second, team 6th. So Lady Dragons is going to be shooting 1-1 on the next LaVille foul. And the pass goes out of bounds off of Dunlap. And the second turnover here of the quarter. Esch gets it into Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner with Dunlap, kind of playing defense on her. Aschenbrenner works around Manikowski, tipped out of bounds by Stricker, and it goes out of bounds. Aschenbrenner has it, Stricker on the switch. Poked out of bounds, and it's going to go off of Zeiger, and it's going to be a turnover. So Lady Dragons with the ball, trying to cut into that 10-point lead here for the Lady Lancers. Full court pressure here. Stricker gets it, brings it across, gets it to Kuntz. Dunlap drives and throws it to nobody. Morgan Dunlap having a rough night here. She's got to find her groove. .430 left to go. Macy Morris comes back up to check back in for the Lady Dragons. Aschenbrenner works on Manikowski, gets right around her, and she's going to get a foul, and she goes down hard. Manikowski and Aschenbrenner have played many, many soccer games against each other and together over the years, and they help each other up. Manikowski is going to get the foul. That'll be her second. Aschenbrenner puts her first in. She's got 7 here in the second half, 9 altogether. So with 4:24 left, the Lady Lancers up 11. And Aschenbrenner puts in the second. Morris loses it off of her foot. Stricker can't hit the 15-footer. Nice effort there by Kuntz. Cagney Hoffman gets the rebound and gets it back out to Manikowski. Good work there by Hoffman. And then Morris travels. Turnover. Aschenbrenner brings it across. Manikowski working on her. Gets it to Ash. Into Hall. Hall powers her way through Kuntz for two. It's her first points of the night, and it's a 14-point Lady Lancer lead. Nice baseline drive, Macy Morris. Cuts the lead to 12 with 3:30 left in the game. Esch drives into the paint and goes over Stricker, and there's going to be a rebound, a foul on Hall. That'll be her first, and that should put Kuntz at the line, shooting 1-1 for the Lady Dragons.
At the line for Argos, number 44, Rachel Kuntz, shooting 1 and the bonus.
So Kuntz had a good first half. She had 6, but so far only 2 here in the second. And see if she can put in the front end here this 1-1 opportunity. And she does. Earns herself a second shot. Can bring the lead to 10 here if she can put this one in. And she's good on the second, and she's going to be subbed out. We're going to have Morgan Dunlap coming in for her. So 47-37, 3 minutes, 14 seconds left here in the game. Lady Dragons have got to find a way to stop the Lady Lancers here on defense. Zeiger working on Manikowski. And there's going to be a foul on the way up by Stricker. It'll be her third. And that's going to put Zeiger at the line, shooting 2 for the Lady Dragons, Lady Lancers.
Shelby Zeiger at the line for the Lancers to shoot 2.
Zeiger is good on the first. She has 11 here in the second half, 17 for the game. Can make it 18 if she can put this one in. And she gets the friendly roll. 18 points now for Shelby Zeiger. And turnover right to Aschenbrenner, and Esch puts it in for 2. Stricker's going to get fouled by Zeiger. That'll be her third. And Stricker's going to go to the line shooting 1-1.
No foul on 12, Shelby Zeiger. Returning for Argos.
Rachel Kuntz is going to check back in for Manikowski.
Macy Stricker shooting 1 and the bonus.
Stricker at the line for the first time here tonight. She has 1-1. And it goes out. Stricker struggling with 7 here tonight. Aschenbrenner has it up top. She's going to drive. And Esch loses it out of bounds, so a turnover for the Lady Lancers. Full court press here by the Lancers. Gets it into Dunlap. Dunlap, nice pass across, gets it to Morris. Morris with the foul on Zeiger from the floor. And she's going to go to the line. That's going to be Zeiger's 4th foul.
The line for the Dragons. Macy Morris to shoot 2.
So Morris at the line shooting 2 here for the Lady Dragons. And she's off on the first.
Returning for the Lancers, 15, Kelsey Ashenbrenner.
Kelsey Ashenbrenner checks back in for Zeiger. Macy Morris with 1 here from the line. And she puts the second in. And a little full court pressure here by the Lady Dragons, handled easily by the Lady Lancers. Ashenbrenner working on Dunlap. And there's a steal, knocked away. Kuntz gets it up to Morris. Stricker gets it over to Dunlap. Dunlap drives. Throws up a wild shot, almost goes in, and then she's going to get the foul. And that's going to send Berger to the line shooting 1-1. So Dunlap had 2 quick fouls and stayed clean until the last 2 minutes of the game, picks up her third. Zeiger comes back in for Hall. And Haley Berger at the line shooting 1-1 here for the Lady Lancers. And she's good on the first. First points of the second half, Berger's got 4. And she puts in the second as well. So 5 for Berger, and it's a 15-point Lady Lancer lead. Dunlap's going to take a 3. She's off. Ashenbrenner gets the rebound. Jump ball, good job there by Hoffman, and it's going to stay Lady Dragons ball. Stricker inbounds, baseline right. Morris off on the jumper. Zeiger brings it across. Minute 30 left here in the game. Zeiger with Dunlap on her. Esch has it out top. They're just running clock now. Esch gets around Hoffman. Gets it to Ashenbrenner into Zeiger. Lady Lancers content with a 15-point lead. Minute left here to run some clock. Lady Dragons not really getting much defensively here. Ashenbrenner gets it up to her sister, and there's a foul on Stricker. That'll be her 4th. And that's going to put Lindsay Ashenbrenner at the line, shooting 1-1.
1-1.
And Lindsay puts in the first. Haley Cox is going to check back in for Berger. Lancers have opened up a 16-point lead here with 50 seconds left. Short on the free throw. Kuntz gets the rebound. Gets it over Stricker. Stricker gets her shot blocked. Foul's going to be on Kuntz, her 3rd.
Argos foul 44, Rachel Kuntz.
And that's going to put Ashenbrenner back at the line where she is
shooting 2.
3 of 4 here in the second half. It's 2 shots. Second one off as well. Hoffman takes a long three, and it's off the mark. And Stricker's is just off. And the bucket by Haley Cox. And the Lady Lancers are running away with this one. And at the end, at the buzzer, Dunlap puts it in, and that's going to be your final, 56-40. LaVille is going to win this one over the Lady Dragons, outscoring Argos by 17-7, outscoring them by 10 there in the fourth quarter. Not even going to do a post-game show. That was a bad fourth quarter for the Lady Dragons. Not sure what happened there. So we're going to be back on the air on Saturday. The Lady Dragons are going to finish out their 2017-2018 season on senior night against Westville. Lady Dragons are 10-9 now on the year, and the LaVille Lancers are 15-6. LaVille has games tomorrow night versus Knox and Saturday night here versus Culver Community to finish out their season. Good luck to the Lady Lancers as they move into sectional play next week. For Blake Thomas, I'm Steve Stricker saying good night here from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium, where the Lady Lancers defeat the Lady Dragons.